Hello and welcome. It's me, Mrreeeee, and yes, Undermined has been released. The date drops for the 25th, and I'm super excited. I'm trying to do some longer content, so please, if you do like this, it'd be really cool to get some comments in the chat, like, subscribe, and we will try and dive into more deep dives with what's going on in my mind that I talk to a lot on my stream. And of course, I make the shorts, we'll still be doing that. So here is, of course, the new artwork. I think this is an interesting time for this kind of idea. I don't know how it fit in the big story, and that's what I'm most interested on because I was really drawn into the saga idea, and now we're going on to this weird tangent with goblins, which is like kind of cool. But we'll talk to it later. I feel like there's some stuff here with World of Warcraft with so many ideas. I feel like left, right, and center, but I really want to see the main story progress. So I'm keen to see where that goes. But some cool concepts coming out with it. So we know that Plunderstorm is ending the 25th. There's a new zone all about goblins, which I think is kind of cool. Of course, the drive mechanic I think is really fun. It looks really awesome. But I think, Dragonflight had the flying mechanic, and it was like, yeah, cool, right? But for me, man, I do M+, I do rating, it's a community stuff. Like, for me, it's like, oh, look, I have to do more quests about flying. And I actually don't like the flying's faster, but it can also be pretty tedious. And I also don't want to bait like expansions or seasons based on this one thing. This is really cool. I don't want this to be the center. I don't want to be doing all my quests based around this. I don't want to be like day one, it's all about the car, and there's no, like I said, there's no that connections and laws not there that I want. I like this as like a gimmick. Like, it's like for me, stuff like this is like the trading post. That it's there, or it's cool. If I want to do it, I want to do it, but it's not the focus. And I just hope this isn't the focus of Undermined. But I think it's a really cool concept. It looks really fun. I can't wait to try it out. Carve rewarding career Undermined cartels. So cool. We got some forced cartel societies. We get to see more of the goblins. I think really is awesome. New delves ahead. I don't care. Delves is an interesting one for me. Again, like the delve system for me was, I think, is really cool at the start for the first how many weeks before we got to do dungeons and raiding got that gear level. It was a fun solo thing. I then became quickly a chore for me where I had to do it for mounts. I had to do it, for one of the achievements for Glory of the Delver. You have to like literally find all the different storylines, which is like super insane and tedious. But I mean, they got some new delves. Am I going to do it? Probably not, right? Like what? Unless they're changing the benefits around this. There's a new tank specialization for Bran. I mean, Bran again didn't really feel that. Sorry, Bran didn't feel that customizable. I guess like for me, Bran was like I found like one build and then stuck with it the whole time. Yeah, delves. I'd rather hear people's opinion on delves. I think right now they're just another way for players to find. I think for me, I'm a very social player, so maybe I don't see the benefits because I'm able to find groups. But again, I feel like there's also the ability that I'm going to do more group content because I want high level gear, which delves kind of limited. Yeah, there was a times I did a bit professions with it, but again, I don't see myself going into these delves unless I have to for the story. So who cares? PvP arena, I think they're always fun. I think there's a whole space when I talk to a lot of people in the community. People, if you talk about PvP in the community, this is unbalanced, this is unplayable. So really cool. I like PvP. It's fun. General public decisions making when we talk about it. Unplayable, right? Like these are the people I play with every day. We're playing WoW in the off season. People don't like doing it. How can we fix that? I don't know, Blizzard. Get to it. Tell people. New user interface updates. A new WoW login screen. Woo! Again, does this need to be a update for a season? Can these just be released? Hey, in 4 weeks, we got a cool update, But I guess people want a new login screen. They're just sitting there with the screen logged in. So some new screens. Oh my god, new screen. Looks like a new. Oh, there's new renown. Oh my god, a new renown system. Oh my god, don't care. All right, we've got then the season 2, which begins later, which is also like a huge. It's a tendency in my guild because I'm re-rolling, and I didn't know that I wouldn't have time to change over for a new tune, so I've been gearing it, and in the off season I'm a big player. But I think this stuff, this season is dropping later. So like, what am I gonna do week 1? I'm gonna log in day 1 I'm probably, hey, we'll come and make a new video saying week 1 content's amazing or it's not, but I probably bet you I will have the storyline completed pretty quickly in a day. I'm hoping there's some daily quests that are interesting to keep me engaged, or there's something for me to do week 1 to keep me engaged with that first week. I have found like Sirens Isle. Sirens Isle dropped, and I completed in a couple of hours. I did all the quest lines, and I was just like, okay, cool. And I'll maybe summarize later on around that idea that I think there's a lot of so many great things happening in WoW, like with classic and hardcore and SOD, and because of this, what upsets me as a retail player and a retail Randy, is it because there's so many people working on different things. We're doing a lot of things pretty okay, but we're not making this game what it could be. And there will be a lot of times I'll touch on that. One will be hopefully this break between. I'd love to see what the new world's going to bring. Yeah. There's a new raid. Cool. So let's jump over to the... God, the transfer. All right, the new raid, Liberation Undermined, looks hella sick. We've got 8 new bosses. Story mode, rain fight. I think story mode new? Question mark? Along with the story mode version. I don't know how we access that. As a new dungeon, which is always fun. Operation Floodgate. And this dungeon rotations. Here we go again. What I'm talking about from a retail random perspective. Awesome. 1 new dungeon. Woohoo! Sindri, Mrreeeee, the Rookery, Darkflame, Cleft. They're all new. I'm super excited to play them. And Priory of Second Flame. But then we're revisiting again older dungeons, man. I just want new content. I'd really love not to be doing old stuff. I've done Theater of Pain so much, man. I can literally tell you all the bosses for healing, DPS. Like, I can tell you what mechanics do without having experience, man. It's like grown into my brain, brother. And then we got like Mechagon, right? And it's like, dude, we've done so much Mechagon, man. We don't want any more, man. Yeah? And then they're changing it, dude. They're changing it. So then I'm freaking out. We're talking to some of the guys on Discord, like, you know, the mechanic where there's the jumping dog. Like, that boss is reasonable because of the way you can cheese the mechanic, right? And you can make it so you're not line of sight till shoot. If that's been hotfixed, man, that just makes the dungeon worse. Like, I think they were talking about the first boss, like, you can't do the tank cheese. Before you come into the first platform, you can, like, get a tank to, like, cheese and wipe out the mobs. That's gone. There was, like, a mechanic later on where you could, like, mind control the chickens and it make them explode. That's gone. They are the things that make WoW fun, guys. We don't be the fun police, man. We like those. We like finding out those gimmicks. So if you're going to make us replay older stuff, let us keep the gimmicks, man. Like, please. Look, yeah, super keen, new dungeon. Hell yeah, I need some new content. So tell me more. This mount, hella sick. I think this is awesome. There has been some times with question mounts I was like, you know, we look at recently with War Within with the black mount you get, the black purplish mount you get from Hallow Fall. I can't think of his name when the crystal changes. And then there's like different versions of that elemental, which we've seen from Shadowlands. Like this one, at least, you know, it's the mechanical spider, but it looks way different. It's got a cool head, you got claws, love it. New stuff here. Achievement, 1500 will give you a title, 2000 will give you the Crimson, 2500 achievement. You also get the Enterprising, so I don't know the difference between the Crimson and Enterprise, but 2 mounts, which is pretty cool. I usually, we get the 1, I think? Huh, you get the 1. And of course, you can make your way to 3K. New affixes, I haven't looked much at affixes. I really should have before this VOD, but while in combat, Xalthus summons pulses that orbit players and must be intercepted within the limit. Ugh. Yeah. Who are these? Who are you? Who are you getting? Who are you getting information on, man? Okay, because from what I understand, the best time we had, like the best time I had doing M plus was like reaping, and it was when you were just like do mechanic, big damn, do mechanic, big damn. Stuff like this, I have to do. Not fun, man. I want, like, does it give me damage? That's pulsar. It must be intercept and I get 100% damage. We're on here. So I'd like to see what's going on there. Will causes keystones above 12 degrees health and damage by enemies by 12%. I believe there is changes. I have to run the names, but I believe there was a lot of talk about the jump between 11 to 12 because of the damage increase, but also the affix change. So I think that got changed, which is really cool. Dark Praise nearly channel and the Void Emissary nearly grants damage reduction to creatures active. Dark Praise down 15 the cast time. Grants all nearby creatures in combat gift when it finishes. New Delves! We talked about this before. Do not care. Delve Journey. Oh my god, more customizations. Dude, I feel like this is cool. I feel like, again, this is where it's like, do Delves, get this mount. Like, it's purely feels like for collectors, this content, which is like, here's a whole buttload of achievements to get the mount. Here's a whole lot of buttload of achievements to get this mount. I guess for collecting, that's kind of fun to an extent. I think you need to, I think recently getting into collecting scene, I think there's like rep gains, and I think there's cool mounts that have fun, like the Fell cycle that came out with all those puzzles, awesome fun. The community was behind it. Mundane stuff like this, with just to make us come back to Delves, feels like, if it was like, I guess, do Delves at a faster pace, do fun combinations. I don't know like, aim for more fun. That's what I want to see from mount collecting. If you're not going to go for the content side, you're going to go for collecting, make it fun. Delve. PvP. That's a cool looking bat, but looks like we've already had it before. Just different coloration. Meh. These are really cool. The electro eels these are awesome. Again, based on the see a lot of the serpent kind of stuff, but I really like this. This is a cool mount. This is a mount. Win 50 games in 350 World Elite ranking to get the Gladiator mount. I've never done that. Maybe we do that this year. Solo Shuffle, Super Privet, PvP sets. Now, I might leave this. We'll come back to sets. I don't think he doesn't really show us, but we'll get to. I've got some tier stuff we'll look at, but I mean, they got some new PvP stuff. We'll get to that when I give you some costume designs. New world boss, the Gobfather. Cool, love it. World boss, yay! Again, what can I say about world bosses, guys? Like, what's people's takes on world bosses? For me, it's like, okay, I need to kill my world boss in the week, find a group, kill the world boss, done. I think there's a lot of, when I think back to like earlier times of Warcraft, that I want to be able to, like, a one-man raid world boss. Like Gobbler, but it's a one-man boss raid. You make 20 people, there's actually mechanics, and you can kill it. That sounds way better, right? Than they're just like, go and find it each week, here's your chore, kill the boss, get an item. Great. You know what I mean? Like, the world boss mechanic, I think, needs to be reviewed. I don't think it's just another tick box. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then some achievements. Okay, what have I ticked over here? M+, yeah, cool. Again, we talked about old dungeons, looking at times, blah, blah, blah. Gilded Crest system, whoopie-doo. Looks like champion. Great Vault 662 is what we're going up to. So if you do a 10, 11, 12, you get a 3 of 6, 655 item, which is cool. Sitting on the myth track, which is cool. And we start at Gilded Farming. General key health modifiers here. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. Let's see Ascendant. So at level 4, players will see their first affix. Ascendant, Bargain, also Devour, depending on the week. So Ascendant, of every minute, Zal will sharp in total 10 orbs ascendants that cast Cosmic Ascension. The cast go off, these orbs will buff other mobs with move speed and haste. However, if player stops the cast, you're interrupting, displacing, crowd control, or purging them. Players will get movement and haste. Okay, so you got a buff, interrupt. Void Band, while uncommon Zal summons a Void Emissary and power nearby enemies. For any mob that was cast on it, will reduce the damage taken by 10%. Upon defeating emissary players, will the spells get cooldown and verse. This is like super tedious for some bosses, like some mechanics when it's like yeah, I can't, you know what I mean, right now? Like it's, you kind of affixes that like, there, if you're getting, and this is, I guess, if you're doing low keys, and I guess I think it disappears, right? This we talk about, they drop off. But I think they drop off. Yeah, so at 12 they drop off, but 11 and 12 can be super frustrating for players, and I think that's the problem here. If it's dropping off for the high mechanic players, which is great, because it's super frustrating if you're trying to do a super high mechanic and you have to deal with this, just to do this this really hard mob is up. It's a decent boom. This prayer comes up. It just ruins the pool. Right in the. I think there's no identifying as a person that plays with pugs. All right, and the community that's like, what's your IO? You're not coming in my group. Stuff like this is the reason why it's so difficult. If thumbs like this are too punishing and it cannot be coordinated with the people who are not on comms, right? Then this stuff should be maybe pushed into your higher keys, right? And all those people are like, no, we like where it's at. But I think the general public, these can be super punishing. Just give us fun. Don't give us stuff that makes it challenging. Give us stuff that's fun. Just a fun affix. The dungeon itself is challenging enough for people. The people who are doing 7 to 12s find the dungeon mechanics hard. Make the affixes help them. Yeah, that's my vibe. Again, you out there actually this far into my 15-minute video, challenge me, man. Wild comments, pulses that tether and orbit. The goals are absorb the pulsar before things out. Players absorb the crystal will gain a buff. This one's not too bad. Not soaked, they'll get a damage buff again, and a pulse. Cast of Iron Rift that puts a shield buff on allies that can be removed either by healing and dispelling. I guess another healing mechanic. At 7, Tyrannical Fortify become active. Yep. At 10, both. Yep. And 12, replaced with Zealotus Grill, previously known as Challenge Brawler. Guild makes it death drink keys and track 15 seconds off their time. Okay. Season 2 rewards. We saw the Shadow Tank, but I didn't see. Oh, there's the Crimson one there. The Crimson one looks sick, actually. Some achievements, some cool mounts. Okay. All right. Look, it's an interesting season. Some new Zalatath vibes coming out. I guess sticking to the theme, which is kind of cool. Just some quick stuff on the raid here. Not much. I haven't really looked into it. I've seen a couple of videos. I think there's some really cool bosses. I know there's a huge video going around. The truck comes around, the gear grinder, and people are standing and die. I haven't done any views into the raid. Probably week 1, I'll have the guild will kill it and I'll talk about it. I'll do some VODs around it. I'm keen for a raid again. This lore, I'm more keen to find out like how this lore is a secret phase. I believe people are talking about. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right? So is that secret phase where Zalatath's going to come in? Super keen to find out. So again, cool. Goblin raid should be a bit of fun. We've got. Oh my god, another Renown track! Like, this is done for me, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Like, I do not care about no Renown track anymore. Like, came out in Shadowlands. I thought it was cool. I feel like it was better in Shadowlands because I was trying to achieve, like, stuff in it. Now, it's like, for me, it's like, I don't actually care. Like, I feel like in Shadowlands, I was like, okay, I need to get level 10 for this, and there was stuff hidden behind it. And, like, we got free augment rooms, like my comment here, or, like, this one specifically looks like trying to give us, like, this one is stacking damage and healing buffs. Like, this, okay, actually, okay, this seems good. If that's actually, people are going to actually need to do it for the buffs. But again, I feel like generally, and I look at the stuff like the War Within ones, it's like, I don't care. I'll get a mount. Like, that's not like, is it a mount yet? Is it a mount yet? Is it a mount yet? And it's kind of like, for me, I don't know, the battle pass system kind of vibe. I don't know. I think, that's what I mean. I think I actually preferred, like, when reputation, you get to tiers of reputation and like different quests. Like, mix this in level 5, there's like a whole little quest chain that I like progress through my faction is kind of what I want to see. Yeah. And I think there was like maybe warlords, I can't think, but I like the idea that when I'm developing and I'm becoming stronger with a race, like I feel like I'm progressing through. Like if I was with the spiders, there's the map changes, or I definitely, like, it's not hidden to try and find an item, but I get like, or find some random quest that I've got, that the spiders respect me, or I get to like transform. I need to physically see that or be shown to it real easily. Like, this is my progress of doing this for the race, which I think is not there at the moment. And so it gets just like left behind. Like, people don't talk about. No one's like, hey man, what's your renown? Like, nobody talks about it. Literal lords, blah blah blah. And then we're going to end today's little VOD on the, look at these bosses, so cool. Sick. There's a mount here, awesome. This looks sick. I don't know, is this different depending on race? I don't know, but they are cool. This looks like a fun council boss. Cool. And yeah, this looks sick. So it's really cool bosses. Now, I wanted to end the stream on the transmog. Like, this, like, just like red flag for me. Like this, what the, like, this Demon Hunter stuff, man. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Our team, you fail me. Our team, who I said have been carrying the community for years. I don't know if they're in charge of this, but like in my mind right now, like my tier sets should be like all about goblins and Gallywix. Yeah, I want like Death Knights that are like mechs. I want mech suits. That's what I'm envisioning right now. Like, yeah, this is like a goat. Like, okay. Like, this is just like some weird, like, trying to be a transformer, but I've got a cape on and stuff. Like, I don't know what this is, man. Like, this shoulder is pretty cool. This head is like, okay, we've had, you know, there's so many horn stuff. How is this like Gallywix, right? Like, we're in a Mechagon village. I want my gear to suit that. You know what I mean? I want mech stuff. Like, bro, if I'm playing a hunter this season, like, I'm not even wearing that. Like, that helm is horrendous. Yeah? This is starting to look like, okay, we're getting this mage stuff kind of different. This is kind of different for mages. Like, that helm is kind of cool. But again, how is this? I'd rather like some mech. Is there some concept art out here and make some mech mages? Like, that's what I want to see. This is trolling. This is actually trolling. This mog is trolling. What is this, a bubblehead, bro? What is going on here, man? This is trolling. You're trolling. Again, oh my god, some angelic looking paladin costume. Like, oh my god, yeah. Like, no. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. I feel embarrassed for you. This is cool. Okay, cool. I like the pirate head. That's cool. But again, we've done pirate. We went to BFA. BFA was pirate. We're now going to Under the Goblins. What is this, dude? Dunno. Again, dunno. I'm pretty sure this is a redesign. I'm pretty sure we've seen this kind of weird stuff for Warlocks. Warrior, I'm pretty sure this looks exactly the same as, I believe, in, with the ogres and stuff. Like, hello? Yep, been there, done that. Oh, that's everything. So I think I liked one of them. And this, oh my god, please. Stop. Yeah. New mounts. Okay. I mean, this is really cool. That's gonna be great. So, I mean, for me right now, like, of course, I'm super excited for the Undermined. Like, I'm keen. I've been playing OnlyFans, which is like super cool with everybody down there, but that's been like driven by the community. I really want Blizzard to start hearing the community of myself and hope people around me who can watch the video and say, look, yeah, there was such a down period for retail, and I guess they talk about we're finally getting plans and we're moving forward. But I want to see stuff like this, like stop bringing in old dungeons, like that tier set stuff. Like, I need it more. I want it relating to what I'm doing. I'm keen to see where the lore goes. I don't want to. I'm hoping that I can talk about week one, like, woohoo! I did all this week. Come and play. You know, I don't want to feel like, ooh, what's people like? Hey, what's the new season? And man, like, yeah, I drove around a car for 4 hours, and now I'm just waiting for Wednesday. That's not what I want. I don't want the game to be. I want stuff to do and stuff to play with my friends. So, look, that's been my VOD today. The Undermined is launched, and these are my first thoughts, my first impressions. Come back next week, and I will have on launch some more videos about this. So, I've been Mrreeeee, and thanks for watching.